a happy little Vegemite this morning.
What?
Oh!
God, I'm so sorry. You all right?
It's all right, it's all right.
No, it's not. Let me see. It's all red.
Stop fussing. It's fine.
I love that perfume.
I'm not wearing any.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Must just be you then.
Ellen.
Sarge? Report of a domestic out of the Acacia Way.
Ah, domestic. Yep. Just what I need.
I'll come with you.
Haven't you got traffic reports to file?
They can wait.
Let's go then.
Why do you try and make out that there's nothing going on between us?
What is going on between us?
Well, nothing, technically.
That's right. And that's the way it's always going to be.
But how do you know? You've just made up your mind that the situation's hopeless.
What situation?
You know.
No, I don't know. It seems like some kind of idea that you've got into your head and decided is a fact.
So you're saying you have absolutely no feelings for me whatsoever?
I didn't say that. Look, this whole conversation is a waste of time.
Why?
Because it can't go anywhere. We can't go anywhere.
Why not? What is it, the job or is it me?
We're here. Mr. Egan?
You took your time, didn't you?
You reported a domestic disturbance?
Yeah, over there in the old barn. Started off just shouting and furniture smashing, that sort of thing. Then the female starts screaming, and I thought it's time to call you blokes.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's a little runt.
Mr. Purdy? Mr. Purdy, we received a report of an altercation going on here. A man and a woman fighting.
Yes, so?
So, we have reason to believe that the woman may be at risk.
At risk? Get real, we're having a bit of a row.
She was heard screaming.
And that's what he told you, is it?
Where is she now, this woman you're having the argument with?
What do you think you're doing, bringing the cops down on me like this?
Clarissa was screaming. What were you doing to her?
You what, mate? If these coppers weren't here right now, I'd...
Well, we are here, aren't we? So why don't you just step away from the axe and tell us where she is?
She's inside.
Clarissa! You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Did he hit you?
No, fell into the door.
And does this door have a name?
Who called you guys anyway? Wasn't necessary.
Look, we're just trying to help. If someone's been laying into you, there's no need to be afraid to tell us.
There's nothing to tell. We had a bit of a row, got out of hand. I fell into the door.
Come on. You can tell us.
Do anything like that to me.
You keep your filthy ass to yourself.
Stay here.
nose out of my business!
Oh, your business, eh? That's a Jake, you filthy thief. Scout it.
Right, break it up! Break it up!
Hey! Hey! I'll kill him, so help me!
No, you won't. Not while I'm around. Right, we're taking these blokes down the station.
What for? I didn't do nothing.
Move! What about Clarissa?
She's welcome to follow us if she wants to. Personally, I don't know why she'd bother. Can we talk?
Sure.
We get along really well together, don't we?
Most of the time.
Sex is great.
Sex is great. All of the time.
And we enjoy being together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who are we kidding? We love each other. I just wanted to get that out in the open so now we can stop pussyfooting around, if you know what I mean. So, yeah.
Joe, you there? Out of my business with you, all right?
Jimmy calls. All right. Just for 5 minutes.
Sorry.
You're giving me a headache. Mr. Purdy, through here, please.
Right, you, sit down.
Joe, would you find out if this young lady would like a cup of coffee? Yeah, sure. What can I get you? Tea?
Yeah. Me and Clarissa were having an argument, that's all. They haven't made a law against that yet, have they?
There is one, actually, called unlawful assault.
Mr. Egan was concerned that you were trying to kill Clarissa. Oh, you're not going to believe what that Fruit Loop tells you, are you?
He said he heard her screaming. Was she?
Yeah, I guess, but it wasn't because I hit her. She was trying to explain something to me.
But you did hit her, didn't you, Mr. Purdy?
I didn't mean to. I was pointing towards me brother's house. She got in the way.
Your brother?
Yeah, him out there. Mr. Can't keep his conk out of other people's business!
Alex Egan is your brother.
I thought your name was Purdy. It is. It's my mother's name. I'm the bastard son. Got it? Anyway, she went to see him without telling me. I reckon she might be cheating on me.
And that's why you fought?
Oh, she gave as good as she got. Let me tell you, you mess with that girl, you can expect a kick in the cods for your trouble.
Why would you think she was cheating on you with your brother?
Because she cheated on him with me.
I can see her now, walking towards me. Oh, the sun in her hair like velvet fire. You've never seen anything so pretty.
So you got along all right to start with?
Oh, like a house on fire. Well, there were some things she had to adjust to, you know, like living in the bush and that, but she was coming along real good.
You never fought?
Never. I mean, we had our differences. She never took much of a shine to my engine blocks.
Well, there's no accounting for taste.
Anyway, then I made my big mistake introducing her to that snake in the grass.
Your brother?
The half-brother.
What did he do?
He poisoned her mind against me. Next thing you know, she's up stumps and gone off to live with him over at the old barn.
It's bad luck.
Bad luck. I've been cuckolded, that's what. And if he's been laying into the little tart, that's better than what she deserves.
Hang on a minute. If that's the way you feel, then why did you go out of your way to call us when you heard her screaming?
I couldn't bear the thought of someone hurting her.
They never said it'd be like this on Pick a Partner.
Sorry?
It's an internet matching service. They team you up with your perfect partner, man of your dreams.
Right, just take a seat.
So Alex Egan wasn't all that you expected.
On the net, he sounded great. Said he owned his own farm. Didn't tell me it died 10 years ago.
Well, a lot of farms got hit pretty hard around these parts.
And he lied about his age. Posted a photo from about 50 years ago.
So you dumped Alex and you went off to live with Bart.
What was I expected to do? Stuck out there in the bush with an old fart who collects engine blocks for a hobby. At least Bart's got some get up and go.
Why did you go and visit Alex?
I was picking up some clothes I left behind, and he starts going on about how he wants me back. So I get out of that one, then Bart accuses me of having it off with Alex. I should have never left Wollongong.
Clarissa didn't want to lay a complaint. She didn't want an intervention order.
So she went home with Bart, did she?
What she wanted.
I'm sure she'll be all right. He's not a bad person.
We don't know for sure that he didn't hit her on purpose.
He does have a lot of anger in him.
Why do you say that?
Oh, I spent most of his adult life trying to get Arthur Egan to admit paternity. Never would, though.
Well, he did eventually.
Oh, yeah, on his deathbed. Giving Bart a slice of land was supposed to make up for years of neglect.
That explains why there's no love lost between the brothers.
None at all.
I've been thinking, right, if we can have a spare room in the house, why don't we move Ben into my old bedroom and use his for a home gym? Huh?
What?
Well, if Ben wants to, that is. What do you reckon?
I reckon we should leave the sleeping arrangements as they are for the minute.
Well, I'm sure he won't mind. I'll ask him, OK?
No, I'm okay.
Yeah, Ben, I've had this idea, right? Tell me if you don't like it.
Tess?
Hey,
You look amazing.
thanks.
You were trying to impress me or something. Hello.
Oh, hi.
Right. You look amazing.
Thanks. You remember...
Yeah. Josh. How you doing, Evan? Yeah.
All right, we better get going, I
Is
think.
it time for a drink?
Might take a while to find a park.
What, in the country?
Yeah. See ya.
Have a good night. Sorry to drag her away. Oh, it's not a problem, mate.
Well, I don't want you to feel like you have to, because you don't.
Ben, whatever Joe said about swapping rooms...
Ben wants to move out altogether now.
No, he doesn't.
Two's company, three's a crowd.
Well, mate, where are you going to go?
Hey, Chris, can I get another beer, thanks?
What happened to the other one?
Donated it to a worthy cause. Hey, don't even think about worrying about me. I'm going to find something. You guys just play happy couples all you like.
Have a good night last night, did you? Uh-huh. I must have been going somewhere pretty special. You're looking pretty zhuzhed up there.
We went to the Bon Vivant. Joe, can you pass me that folder?
Bon vivant, hey?
Yeah.
Oh, he is out to impress. Didn't take a pop a question, did he?
The only thing that popped was a champagne cork.
Oh, champagne.
Yeah, I
eh?
like champagne. I drink it all the time. Can I have that folder?
So are you saying
Thanks.
again?
Joe.
Hey. What are you doing to me?
Huh?
Moving out.
Well, I just figured if you two were going to be an item from here on in, you wouldn't want me hanging
We're
around.
not listening. We're not an item.
Well, Joe obviously doesn't see it that way.
Well, that's my problem. So you stay put?
I'll think about it.
I knew I could count on you, Benny.
I said I'd think about it.
One more thing. Could you take her out on patrol with you?
You're a gutless wonder.
Sergeant Gallagher!
Yeah, Mr. Purdy, what can we do for you?
Place is all messed up. Something's happened to her. You got to do something.
Okay, just settle down.
I've been on the tractor all morning doing the fencing. Yeah. When I come home, scones are burnt to a crisp, kettle's boiled dry.
And?
And she gone. Something's happened to her, I can feel it. Door was wide open when I come back. Found everything like this.
It was like this yesterday, Mr. Purdy.
We cleaned the place up last night. Everything was in order.
Well, did anything else happen?
No.
Did you have another blue?
No, we made up. She kissed me goodbye this morning. Told me she'd make some scones for Smoko.
Well, they wouldn't win lightest and fluffiest at Mount Thomas Egg Show, would they?
Have you checked to see if her clothes are still here?
Why would I? Of course they're here.
Where does she keep them?
I know what you're thinking. She hasn't left me.
The car's missing too, mate.
Maybe she just decided to leave and she forgot that she'd left something in the oven.
I'm sorry. We were getting on so well.
Women, eh? You never know which way they're going to jump.
What's this? That's blood.
That could have happened yesterday.
It wasn't
Mr.
there
Purdy.
yesterday. Something's happened. I knew
Mr.
it.
Purdy.
She's been murdered. And I know who done it. That rotten mongrel brother of mine. Bastard!
What are you talking about?
First thing this morning, I come out to check the weather and I could hear this unholy racket coming from the old barn.
So they were fighting again?
Oh, it was worse than yesterday. Shouting and cursing and thumping around. Fit to wake the dead.
Why didn't you call us?
Well, it didn't do much good last time, did it? No, if you reckon she's gone missing, there's only one thing could have happened to her.
What's that?
He could never control that temper of his. He's threatened to do it before, but I didn't believe him, and now he's gone and done it.
Done what?
Well, what do you think? He's gone and killed her, that's what. And I hope the stinking little bastard rots in hell for it.
He's a filthy liar. Why would I have done something to hurt Clarissa? I love her.
Enough to give her a smack in the mouth?
That's how much I love her. I lose control.
What about this morning? Did you lose control then?
I keep telling you, we didn't row this morning. We made up after the blue last night. We've been getting along like a house on fire ever since. Why would I ask you guys to help me find her if I'd done something to her?
Well, why would your brother say he heard a ruckus if there wasn't one?
Because he's been insane with jealousy ever since she came to live with me. He's mad. You saw what he was like yesterday.
No, we saw what both of you were like yesterday. It looked like the jealousy was pretty evenly distributed.
You can't believe that rotten mongrel over me. He's done something to her. And he's trying to blame me.
Mr. Purdy, her car is gone and her clothes are gone. Don't you think it's most likely she's done a bunk to get away from the two of you?
Hang on. Her asthma puffer.
What about
I
it?
saw it. I think I did. Yeah, I did. On the kitchen bench. She'd never leave home without it.
All right. Let's take a look.
It was here this morning when I came back from doing the fencing.
Maybe she came back for it.
No way. I didn't pay attention to it at the time, but I did see it out of the corner of my eye. What?
Hey! Put the gun down.
Put it down now.
That is not mine.
It's in your cupboard.
I've never seen the thing before in my life. Whoever was in here must have planted it, and I know who it was.
You let me guess. That rotten mongrel brother of yours.
Well, where'd you get hold of that?
Is it yours, Mr. Hagan?
It belonged to my father. It's been in the shed out the back for donkey's years.
We found it at your brother's. Any idea how it got there?
Oh, he must have taken it. Oh, hang on a minute. I did hear gunshots this morning.
And why didn't you mention that earlier?
Oh, you hear shots all the time out in the bush, especially at first light. Rabbit hunters, roost shooters.
Did you hear these shots before or after you heard Bart and Clarissa fighting?
It was after. Oh, you see, what did I tell you? He's gone and pinched that gun from the shed and gone and killed her with it.
I've already told you. I've never seen the thing before in my life.
Stop shouting, please.
Anyway, how would I have got hold of it? I've never set foot inside the rotten mongrel's house.
Alex said it was kept in the shed out the back.
You could have walked in and picked it up any time you liked.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know it was there.
So you say.
Look, aren't you forgetting something? I was the one who found the rotten thing in the first place. If I didn't want you guys to find it, why wouldn't I just chuck it away?
Well, he does have a point, doesn't he?
Well, some idiots reckon if they draw attention to things, it makes them look innocent.
So you're saying that Bart did the deed, then concocted the story about Clarissa going missing?
If we can believe Alex.
If we can believe either of them. So have you had a look at the gun?
Well, forensic will let us know if it's been fired recently.
What about prints?
Well, they're probably Bart's, which doesn't tell us much. But it's just strange there didn't seem to be any other prints.
Do you think it's been wired?
If it was planted, yeah, but on the other hand, most gun owners are very fussy about keeping their guns clean.
Well, in which case it would have been clean when Bart lifted it from the shed.
If Bart lifted it from the shed.
What, you think he's on the level?
He didn't have to report her missing. And there is evidence to suggest that her departure wasn't planned.
Maybe we should run some tests on the blood, see how long it's been there.
I'll look into it.
I just reckon she got sick of the crap going on between these two and she took off.
And left us with a pair of dueling dipsticks trying to set each other up.
So, how was last night with Josh? Did you have a good time?
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah. What about you?
Pizza from the Ouija's and watch the cricket.
Heaven.
I was lonely, to tell you the truth.
Everyone gets lonely.
No wonder you were all dolled up. The bon vivant, eh?
Evan, please don't.
Don't what? He's just a friend, isn't he? Don't you like talking about your friends?
I don't like talking in circles. And I don't like you trying to manipulate my emotions by talking about someone you know nothing about.
And why would it bother you if he was just a friend?
Let me give you a tip. Grow up.
Grow up? What, you mean talk about anything but what's really going on between us? That sort of grow up?
No, I mean be realistic about what's going on between us. That sort of grow up.
Okay. You want realistic? What's real is that I'm crazy about you. And if I thought that you didn't care, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Evan.
But you do care, don't you? Tess. I love you.
I know.
Good.
Mount Thomas Police, Senior Sergeant Croy. Hello, Chris, how are you? Listen, can somebody please just... Chris, I'll get somebody over there as soon as I can.
Not here.
In God's name is everyone? Sergeant Gallagher?
Coming, boss!
Oh, there you are. I was beginning to think I was on the Mari Select.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just...
Chris rang. She's got an assault victim over at the Imperial.
Right. I'm on to it, boss.
You sound a bit chesty. You're not coming down with anything, are you?
No, I don't think so. Mr. Egan.
Oh, hi. He was in the beer garden. Sam brought him in. I've called the ambulance.
Did he say you did this to him?
Look, I actually can't get any sense out of him. I don't think he even knows where he is.
Did you want me to wait for the ambos?
Yeah, follow him to the hospital. Call me as soon as I last talk to him.
Yeah, right.
I'd say Bart did him over.
No witnesses, but it's most likely. How'd you go at the barn?
I'd say that blood is fresh this morning. Not much of it. The split lip could have opened up, though.
Yeah, but why this morning?
I don't know. Thomas Police. Senior detective. Here you go there, Jonesy. Right? Oh, cheers, mate. All right, Casanova's ready to talk.
PJ, can I ask you something?
Shoot.
Say, for instance, there's someone you work with, someone, and they're in love with you. But they drive you completely nuts.
Has she been talking to you?
What?
Nothing. Go on.
But there's somebody else, you see, somebody who doesn't drive you completely nuts. You've got a lot in common with them. They're dependable, they're sensible, safe, a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
They both want a long-term relationship.
Well, for the long term, safe is probably best.
Huh?
Problem?
Even though there's no fire?
No, drive you nuts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Thanks.
On the other hand, sometimes the passion's worth it.
Hey!
Hello.
How was he?
Oh, apart from the cut-eye, the concussion's about the worst of it. I'm going to keep him in observation for an hour or so.
Thanks, Doctor.
Most welcome, Sergeant. He's in room 11. I'll see you later.
How's it going, Mr. Egan?
How's it going? Have a squiz at me, will you? My face will never be the same again.
Who did this to you?
Who do you bloody think? The rotten mongrel deserved it. For what he done to Clarissa.
But you can't take the law into your own hands now, can you, Mr. Purdy?
Besides which, we don't know that he's actually done anything to her.
Why would she have gone to all the trouble of baking those scones for me if she was just going to shoot through?
Maybe she didn't. Maybe you did.
What? I couldn't bake anything to save me life, let alone something like that.
Oh, you could whack a packet of scones in the oven, though, couldn't you? Found this in the bin in the kitchen in the place.
You're kidding. She told me she could cook. Anyway, why would I want to do that?
Well, maybe you know Clarissa's left you, and maybe you just want to make it look bad for Alex.
She hasn't left me.
How can you be so sure?
Because I was by the road all morning on the tractor. If she had gone, I would have seen her.
But her car is missing.
No. It must still be on the farm. My rotten mongrel brother's hidden it somewhere.
What if he's telling the truth, though?
What are you saying? That there was no row and the gun was planted at his house?
Can't be discounted.
Well, the car is missing. Where is she?
PJ, I'm so glad you're fascinated with this case because I need you to do me a favour. Please, get to the bottom of it for me. I've decided to take a few days rostered leave and I've got to get moving pretty soon.
I'd love to, but Tess, I'm pretty snowed under.
Yes.
Okay, it'll be fine. Sure.
Thanks for this. Thanks.
It's okay. Hey, it's got nothing to do about what we talked about earlier.
Maybe. Joe, can you head out to the Egan farm with PJ?
Yeah, right.
What about Jones?
I've just got to wait around and have a word with the boss.
Gee, I'd love to, but I don't want to.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, boss. I was just going to ask if I could have a few RDOs starting at the end of the shift.
What now? This is turning into an epidemic. Sergeant Gallagher's about to take 3 days off as well.
Oh, it's just my grandmother's moving house, and I'm all she's got.
Pity your poor grandmother. Well, if you can sort the roster out among yourselves.
Cheers, boss.
You're all she's got?
You didn't want me on this job, did you?
Of course I did. It's just that Jonesy's been on it from the start, that's all.
You've been avoiding me ever since I spoke to you yesterday. What's the problem?
Don't you think I'm too old for you?
Is that it? No, I don't. Unless you think I'm too young for you.
No, look, it's just that...
What? It's just what?
Look, we'd be living in each other's pockets morning, noon and night. You'd be sick of me within a month.
I wouldn't. Why would you be sick of me?
That's not the point.
What's the problem? I mean, we've never had any trouble working together and we're already living in the same house. I mean, how's it going to change anything?
It will. Believe me, it will.
I mean, it worked okay for you and Maggie, didn't it? Sorry. But it did, didn't it?
You check the road. I'm gonna have a look over here.
PJ.
Joe?
White early model Sigma, New South Wales plates, WNO 257.
Looks like we've found our missing person.
Oh, I found the car.
And you don't think she's in it?
Well, those two hate each other, not Clarissa.
Well, some guys do have a hard time expressing their love in a healthy way. But the fact that the car's been dumped in the dam indicates foul play, doesn't it?
Maybe she was just trying to fake her own disappearance and stitch the boys up.
By making it look like one of them's bumped her off.
I just don't buy that either of those boys are killers.
Well, I'll find her soon enough, I guess. Paige?
What you got?
A Bart's tractor, I guess.
So?
From the direction of the lug prints, it indicates he was travelling that way.
Towards his house.
Coming from near the road, just like he said.
And Clarissa's tracks are underneath his. Except they're coming from Alex's house.
Mr. Egan.
You found Clarissa yet?
No, but we'd like to ask you a few questions about her disappearance.
Anything I can do to help you nail the little bastard?
Well, we'll drive you down the station.
Can't we do it here?
Well, we'd prefer to do it down the station.
Well, how long will it take?
Shouldn't take long.
I've got to get back to the farm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, but you don't understand. I have to get back. I've got chooks to feed.
Well, I'm sure we can find someone to feed your chooks.
Here's seatbelt. Paige, you know what we need to do? We need to get away for a couple of days.
Hey?
We can go down to Frankston together.
Well, we could.
Well, I thought you'd be glad of the chance to see Dad again. He's always asking after you. Yeah, and we can go out with some of my friends down there.
Oh, you see, that's just it. They're your friends, and I just feel like a fish out of water.
Yeah, hey, there's fishing too. We could hire a boat, drift around out in the bay, a good bottle of wine, cheese, crust of bread.
I don't believe this.
Well, I had the kitty lock on. What else was I supposed to do?
Well, if you hadn't been driving me nuts, you would have noticed.
Driving you nuts? Look, we've talked about you coming to Frankston before.
Yeah, but such a production.
All right, forget I even mentioned it.
You two heard about Egan. How is he?
Nothing broken, just a few bruised ribs.
Yeah, well, Buzzard must have bones made of rubber.
Actually, he's my age.
So did you get on to homicide?
Yeah, let him know.
I bet the boss was impressed. Don't you get too comfortable. It's your turn to cook dinner.
Oh, you're kidding?
Nearly killing a suspect is no excuse for getting out of cooking tea.
Can you lend me $50?
What for?
Well, you're the one who said it's my turn to cook.
Yeah. Well, do it.
Hang on, all right.
Take it, takeaway.
Come on, here we go. $50. 50
Pick me up in the Chinese takeaway in 10 minutes. Yeah, and this time, don't be late.
Okay.
Chris, better get this man a beer. I think he needs one.
No, don't bother Chrissy. I don't want to be late.
Gee, she's got you running scared.
Ben, she wants me to go to Frankston and see her friends and have a chat with her old man.
PJ, you have got to talk to her.
I did. She's taken it for granted we're in a full-on relationship.
Are you sure you're not?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You've got to be honest with her, eh? Talk to her.
Tomorrow.
Tonight.
In that mood?
Go. Another E for me, thanks, Chris.
You know what that means, don't you? Ordering your next drink before you finish the last one.
Means you've got a thirsty man on your hands.
Means you've got a drinking problem.
Is that right? Well, better pretend I haven't ordered yet and... fill her up, thanks, barkeep. Cheers.
And in the process of attempting to abscond from the custody of Senior Detective Hasham and Constable Parrish, the suspect sustained further injuries. Perhaps you'd like to fill in the blanks for me, such as how you two managed to let him abscond.
He was gone before we could stop him.
The guy was desperate to get away.
Yeah, to avoid being questioned.
Well, it's certainly the act of a guilty person. I mean, he could be facing a murder charge, couldn't he?
We don't even have a body.
What are you thinking?
Well, what if there is no body?
If she's still alive, you'd think she'd have turned up by now.
Got that warrant to search Egan's place?
Don't you think you should be leaving that to homicide?
Well, we said we'd feed his chooks anyway, so...
Yeah, Parrish. The blanks.
We're a couple. We should do things together.
You see, that's my point.
What is?
When you say...
Spit it out.
Well, when you say we're a couple...
Yeah. Shh. What's that? Fraidy cat.
This guy throws nothing away.
There's no room for a body.
You still think Alex topped her, eh?
Well, what else?
Well, when we were going to take him in, he was more concerned about how long the interview was going to take than the interview itself.
Like he had something urgent to get home to.
And it wasn't the chooks.
Well, he's a collector.
And a hoarder.
Paige!
Yeah?
That's it, that's the whole house.
That's it. Man B killed her and dumped her somewhere.
No, I like your first theory better.
Wonders never cease.
Well, if Alex had covered his tracks, he wouldn't have been so desperate to get away.
Well, maybe he was just worried about the chooks. Come on, let's give him some tucker.
Where do we put this stuff?
Where is it? He's been mixing cement.
Well, pretty recently, I'd say. Yeah. What?
He's bricked up the window in the cellar.
There was only one window in the cellar and it didn't have bricks in front of it.
The room wasn't that big from the inside. It's been divided into two.
It's a door. Right?
Give it here.
They taught me how to use it. Are you just going to stand there?
You, Jane.
The other day. All right, it's all right. It's okay. It's all right. You're right. You're right. Just sit down. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all right. You're safe now. Okay. I'm going to get you out of here.
And Thomas 508 to VKC.
You all right, Tarzan?
Next time, I'm sending you in first.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. How's Clarissa?
Clarissa.
Hey, how you feeling, okay? Would you mind coming down the station and making a statement?
Oh, if it gets Alex put away, I'm feeling up to it all right.
Thanks.
Oh, Clarissa.
What's he doing
What's
here?
he done to you?
Keep your hands off me.
Baby.
Take it easy, mate.
It's all right. I'll look after you. We can pick up where we left off.
Fat chance. You're both crazy. I'm going back to Wollongong.
Baby.
Hey.
What on earth did he think he was going to do with a hold-up down there in his cellar?
I don't know. Probably thought she'd come around.
Yeah, once you realised what a warm and wonderful person he was.
He reckons he did it because he loved her so much.
Oh, that's not love. It's something entirely different. Obsession.
Joe, can I have a word?
Yeah, sure. Frankston, here we come, eh?
Not exactly.
Look, we don't have to go fishing. That was just one idea. There's plenty of other stuff to do. We could just
Joe,
lie around
listen
on
to
the beach and read books or, I don't know.
I'm not going to Frankston.
Look, you'd probably be surprised how much you'd enjoy having some time away.
I don't
Yeah, it'll be
love
relaxing.
you.
We can...
I'm sorry, I didn't mean it to come out like
Don't.
that. Joe, you are great. And I'm absolutely crazy about you, but I'm an old guy and you're going to meet
Shut
somebody
up. Just shut up.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah? Well, I'm not.
Morning. G'day. G'day. Day 3. So what did you expect? She was going to give you the Nobel Prize for nice guys?
I didn't think it was going to be like this.
Well, you better get used to it.
Hey, good morning.
Jonesy, check out the tan.
You didn't get that tan for moving Granny's furniture.
She lives in the sun. Come clean. Where have you been for these last 3 days?
I give up.
Morning.
Excuse me.
Yes, hey, how was it?
It was great.
What was great and what are these?
Well, you've all got one of these for a start.
Where have you been? Where have you been?
Hey?
Hey, what's going on out here? A luau or something?
Bulla, boss.
Oh, yes, bull to you two. We'll dispense with the nose rubbing if you don't mind.
Hey, they don't do that in Fiji.
Fiji?
You went right across the Pacific in 3 days.
I had a special reason.
Well, go on, spit it out. What was so special you had to go all the way to Fiji for?
I got married.
What? Well, who to?